Morning, everybody. CEDC Loan Committee, July 20th, 2026. We'll call the meeting to order at 8:30. First item on the agenda are the minutes from last meeting. Do you have a motion to approve? Second by Gary, all in favor? Aye. Any opposition? Motion carries. Next up on the agenda is the portfolio dashboard.
All right, so they're in front of you, gentlemen. Loan client A, we continue to await word from the sale of the property. Still on the market. Loan client B, Martha's been in contact with, and they continue to be between 30 and 60 days late, as we hope that they at some point get current. Loan client C, we've yet to hear from sale of that property or collateral therein. Loan client D, and Martha's been in contact with, as well as loan client E. We've asked that he provide us a payment by the end of the month. He had said he would. We've yet, of course, received it. And that completes the dashboard.
All right, thank you.
The usual suspects.
Motion to approve. Motion to approve. Second. All in favor? Aye. Opposition? All right, next up is the risk rating report.
So the risk rating report is a handout I gave each of you this morning. This is a quarterly review that we are required to conduct of all of the loans. And the higher the risk rating, based on that loan's performance. So you'll see many of the folks that were on the dashboard are typically on a higher rating that we run. Again, a report that Martha and I conduct quarterly. We share it with Mike and Jonathan for feedback, and then present it to the loan committee on that quarterly basis.
So we're just migrating them based on payment history.
It's payment history. All new loans are issued a 3 right out of the gate. That loan becomes a little bit more consistent with their payments, gets closer to being paid in full. It becomes a 2 or a 1. That loan presents a history of being behind every once in a while. They stay at 3, maybe migrate to a 4. Or if we know or learn of a risk within that business, that number escalates as well.
That's what I was gonna ask, if there was any sort of industry.
There's within,
we want to migrate, or you see something in the paper and like, oh man, these people are.
there is within.
The road in front of their shop is closed or something, but.
There is within our loan policy manual, some verbiage on the definitions between risk rating 1 through 8 and what puts you in either bucket.
It's all fuzzy.
But if you hear of a client struggling out of the cold winter that we just had, that could be factored into risk.
Sure. I was just curious. So do we need to approve this?
Yeah.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposition? Next up, we have Hudson Roastery.
Okay, so this is the first of our 2 loan requests for the day. This is the Hudson Roastery LLC. Of course, located here in Hudson, food service industry, coffee roaster and cafe. Their request of us, $75,000 that we've blended between 2 loan funds, the SBA at 60 months and the CEDC at 84 months. Both loans would be at 7.75%. Purpose of the loan, equipment purchases and working capital. And our collateral, a lien on those business assets and the personal guarantee of the principals. So this is Hudson Roastery here in Hudson.
I love the roastery. I think I have no issue with this loan. I just had a quick question. So from the 24 to 25, I see a huge jump in profit, margin and actual profit.
So they are purchasing roasters to expand into wholesale and grow that side of their business. So they'll maintain the cafe that we are all familiar with there at the park, but increase the wholesale
and bring it in house. My question was how they go from $8,000 in profit to $248,000 in profit.
It's a question we can certainly pose to them. And
I'm not concerned. I mean, I was just wondering, was that because you were using tax returns from one year and internals from the other year, or were they both from tax returns or both from internals?
Hold on 1 second. So 24 and 5 were actual tax returns.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's just an incredible jump. No, they've been around a while,
Yeah.
It was 25 the year that they started doing, the wholesale instead of
Not,
just the
not to
retail.
this scale, no. Just a growth in the current business and into more and more markets on the wholesale side. Certainly, their budget for this project, is well in hand, they certainly have the cash flow to support its payments. They are an existing borrower, CEDC with a phenomenal history.
The revenue jump may be explained by when I moved back into the house.
Is that right?
I drink a lot.
No, I mean, they opened, if I recall, right during COVID, and they basically forced, like, figure it out, and they have. Now, I'm doing this for. Yes. I'm with the motion. To approve. Second. Up there, fine. Motion carries. Next item is the old Kinderhook Electric.
So this old Kinderhook Electric, located in the town of Kinderhook, is going to be an electrical contractor. His request of us, $25,000 that we will utilize the SBA loan fund for over 60 months. Monthly payment of $503.92, interest rate of 7.75%. Purpose of the loan, equipment purchases, some inventory and working capital, and our collateral, a lien on those business assets, and the personal guarantee of the principal. So this is old Kinderhook Electric. They're in Kinderhook.
Yeah, seems like a good one. Guy's got experience, got good personal credit.
Yeah.
He trades people who are responsive, which seems like that's kind of his.
And he worked with one of our consultants to develop the plan
Hmm.
and projections to support and full-time job while this is continuing to go as well. And he'll be maintaining that.
They should be doing that job. That's just kind of a side thing at first, and then we'll go into it. I make the motion. Second. The second. All in favor? Aye. Your position. Motion carries. Next, we have public comment. Any members from the public on board?
I'll add one other item for the committee. The end of June wrapped up the working capital loan program that was approved by the board earlier this spring, offering a $15,000 relatively quick turn, if you will, loan. We closed on 4 of them. So success.
Good. Yeah.
We'll come up with another plan and present it to the committee and internal review, of course. And maybe come up with something else in the months ahead to get out some more marketing on what we offer.
As things slow down, that'll be a good seasonally.
Yeah, we've got a couple ideas to bat around and flush out, and come up with the next idea.
The partnership between HDC and CEDC, that loan program, is that bearing any leads at this point?
Yeah, it's looking good still, but the Chris Jones, the president, was sick last 2 weeks ago. So they had to defer, they put their board meeting off. She had to do one final vote with her board. And that was, they were looking in tandem, the HDC loan program as well as the joint FOBs. We were also gonna work together with them to provide a loan to FOBs. FOBs just went out to bid this past week. Last week they put a bid out. So we probably will hear from them in about 4 or 5 weeks, but really what they need to do is figure out what their payment schedule is gonna be. And then once they know that, then I think we can get a little more detailed with them. So both programs are moving ahead, but they need an official vote as far as I know. But before Martha went on vacation, they were in here and we sat here and went through that program with them and they were pretty comfortable with it. They had their marketing plans in place. We were gonna allow them to do a soft launch in August, and they said they were still on track for that as long as the board vote goes through. Good. So I'll check with them and let everybody know on that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good. Any other items? Public comment? Motion to adjourn?
So.
Second.
And